Well, this is week 5 we're entering of our preseason, which I think is getting we're getting excited to sort of take the next step with our season and look ahead to next week where we have 2 games against really great competition. So at this point in the season, we're pretty thrilled with the way the team has committed themselves to focusing and dedicating on the little things. That's sort of been one of the mottos this season is the devil is in the details, and we've spent a lot of time this preseason focusing on what those details are, and really making sure that our fundamentals are really sound going into this next phase of the season, which is getting ready to face live competition and work out the kinks in terms of our offensive movement and really sort of the big picture items. So I think the team is really psyched to be able to take that next step from working and focusing on the fundamentals to focusing on these big picture items. And I know I've been really thrilled with the way they've been patient with the fact that it does take a while, and it has been 4.5 weeks of focusing on these fundamentals. They haven't backed down. They haven't showed up to practice not ready to work, and that's the most important thing for us. Looking forward to this season, we've set ourselves up to really be challenged in the very beginning of the season. Looking at our March schedule, 4 out of the 5 teams that we play to start our season are all ranked in the top 20. So one of those teams includes the defending national champion. So we're not going to jump lightly and tread lightly moving forward into the beginning of the season. We're ready to jump right in with 2 feet and really test ourselves. So I know the girls are excited about that, and I know I've been really excited about where we are at this point and how we look going forward. Defining success is one of the things that needs to be talked about before every season, because every season what success is going to be different, and I think last year the success was just the fact that the team accepted me and worked really hard to try and learn new things. So coupled with that, going hand in hand, was a very successful season in which we went 13-3. So, looking forward to this season, success for us is going to be, how can we take the next step? How can we dig a little bit deeper? How can we look to expect a little bit more? It's really been fun this season because we're not teaching everyone everything brand new. We're really getting an opportunity to allow our captains and our senior leadership to lead and to set the tone, because they know what the expectations are, and they've been really diligent about making sure that the underclassmen understand what those expectations are. So, for us, I think success this year is going to be taking that next step, going a little bit further in the postseason. It's really, we're lucky to be located in the heart of New England and the hub of Division III women's lacrosse, inside of a conference that just continues to grow stronger and stronger every single year, and with the ability to challenge ourselves in our non-conference schedule. So, for success, I'd say it's not necessarily going to be about the overall record. I think we expect to have a winning record. Success this year is going to be, how are we finishing out the season? How are we playing when it comes down to late April, early May? Because that's when we want to be playing our best lacrosse, and if we can do that, then I think we've absolutely achieved a successful season. We're psyched about our spring break trip this year. It's something new and different and exciting for pretty much everyone. So a little bit non-traditional form of transportation this season. We're going to be taking the train down to DC, which the girls are actually really excited about. I was unsure of how excited they'd be, but they really are looking forward to the adventure, because that's certainly what our break is going to be. So we'll be heading down to DC on the train, and then we've scheduled 2 top 20 non-conference teams in the Mid-Atlantic region. So Catholic, which has had a really impressive rise to success over the past couple years. So they're a team that's really sort of peaking in terms of what they've been able to accomplish and what they also expect out of their season. So I think we're poised to match up well against them. In addition, we'll be playing the University of Mary Washington, which also NCAA tournament team that has success and seen success in the postseason and understand what it's like to play at the next level against top tier competition. So both those teams are game tested, and we're excited to be able to match up against them. Not only have we never seen them before, but it's also an opportunity for us to play against players that these kids don't know from high school, and really get out of our comfort zone in terms of what we can expect. And then we've got a couple of fun things lined up for our trip. It's a little bit of a shorter trip. We'll be leaving on Saturday and arriving home back on Thursday. So not a whole lot of downtime. We're really sort of looking at this as a business trip in which we have some business to take care of. But we're also going to have an opportunity to go on a night tour of the monuments in Washington, D.C. And the girls have been throwing out all sorts of ideas for, tours that they want to be taking and things that they want to do. So I'm hopeful that we can get to a lot of the things on their hit list. I'm doubtful that we'll get to all of them. But I think, overall we're looking forward to a trip where the team really comes together and gets an opportunity to test themselves against some of the best teams in the country, and also learn what it's like to buckle down and focus and balance that with a little bit of fun in between.